I now call to order the special session on July 2nd, 2026 of the Lake Havasu Unified School District. Roll call, please.
Michael Kern.
Here.
Lisa Roman.
Here.
David Rose.
Here. We'll now have a moment of silence or private reflection. Amen. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. We'll now call for an approval, motion and a second for item 2.1.
I move to approve the agenda.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Mike Kern.
Yes.
Lisa Roman.
Yes.
David Rose.
Yes. Now, item 3.1, business services, our 27 proposed budget. Good morning.
Good morning. All right. What's that?
Now.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Good morning, President Rose, Dr. Stone, members of the governing board, and members of our community. This morning, I'm here to present the proposed budget for the 26-27 school year. As we built this budget, we kept the board's priorities at the center of our decision-making throughout this past year. And as we plan for next year, our goal was to make sure our budget supports what matters most to the board and our district. Those priorities are investing in our employees, supporting student achievement, reducing K-2 class sizes, maintaining the district's financial stability, and preserving capital funding for the future. So, how did we do that? The first priority was investing in our employees, and I'm happy to say that's exactly what we did. This past year, the board committed $3.6 million toward raises and step increases to help us retain and recruit quality employees. In addition, the board approved a one-time $2.8 million COLA, recognizing the hard work and dedication of our staff. Then, the board also made a commitment to our youngest learners by investing approximately $500,000 to add 8 new teachers for the upcoming school year. These additional teachers will help reduce kindergarten through second grade class sizes and provide more individualized support during the years when building strong reading and math skills is so important. These investments demonstrate the board's commitment to supporting our employees and improving student outcomes while continuing to make strategic decisions for the future. One of the most important things to understand about how we come up with the budget is that it all starts with our students. The number of students we serve directly impacts the amount of funding our districts receive. Each year, Arizona calculates our funding based primarily on average daily membership, or ADM, which is determined using student enrollment on the 100th day of school. So, if you're listening, please send your kids to school on the 100th day. That student count becomes the foundation for our state funding. Based on the information we have to date, the proposed budget is built on an estimated ADM of 4,740 students. At this point, our enrollment is trending relatively flat to slightly declining. While that's reflected in this budget, we're hopeful that by the time we bring the revised budget back to you in December, our enrollment numbers will improve. The state has increased the base level to $5,215.53 per student this year, which is certainly helpful. However, that increase isn't enough to fully offset the impact of flat enrollment. Simply put, if student count remains the same or declines, our overall funding growth is limited. From there, the state funding formula recognizes that some students require additional resources. Students receiving special education services, participating in career and technical education, certain online learning programs, and other eligible programs generate additional funding through state-established formulas. Our budget is also supported by district additional assistance, local property taxes, and federal grants, each with specific purposes and spending requirements. So while there are several funding sources that make up our budget, they all begin with one thing: our students. Enrollment drives the majority of our revenue, which is why it's one of the most important factors we monitor all year long. Now, the proposed budget. On page 1 of your budget packet, you'll see that the proposed maintenance and operation budget is just over $39.4 million. I think it's highlighted in the bottom in yellow. Sorry, it's the second page for you guys. The most important thing to know about the budget is where those dollars are being spent. Approximately 80% of our M&O budget is invested in people: teachers, support staff, administrators, employee benefits. That's exactly where we want the majority of our funding to go, because people are the ones who make the greatest impact on student success. The remaining 20% supports the day-to-day operations of our schools. Those dollars pay for things like instructional materials, classroom supplies, technology, utilities, transportation, professional services, maintenance of our buildings and grounds, and the many other resources needed to keep our schools operating safely and effectively. If you turn to page 7, you'll see how the state arrives at our $39.4 million budget limit. If I'm going too fast, let me know. Okay. It starts with our revenue control limit, which is about $35.8 million. The state then adds district additional assistance, which provides approximately $2.8 million to help support capital needs and operational costs. You'll also see a small amount of estimated budget carry forward, along with estimated one-time state allocations. Together, those pieces bring us to the proposed $39.4 million maintenance and operations budget. Okay. Then on page 8, you'll find our proposed capital carry forward of approximately $6 million. Capital funds are separate from our maintenance and operations budget and can only be used for specific purposes. These dollars allow us to purchase items with a longer useful life, such as school buses and other vehicles, classroom furniture, computers, security systems, equipment, and building improvements or renovations. They help us maintain and improve our facilities without taking money away from classroom operations. Overall, this budget reflects a balanced approach, continuing to invest in our employees, supporting students in the classroom, and maintaining the facilities and equipment our schools need to serve students well.
All right, thank you so much. I'll bring it back to the governing board for questions or comments. Okay. Do you have anything? Over the last several years, I love the number of carry forward, because it shows me that we're actually spending money in the right places instead of holding on to it, and I'm very thankful for that. Prior to this, what was the average carry forward? Do you recall?
Over the years, it's been approximately $9 million. So we've spent that down over the last couple of years, going
Great.
back and doing a little bit of research. So we're pretty much spending everything that we're taking in.
And just to bring some clarity to my fellow board members, there's been kind of this trend across the state of Arizona where districts have these large carry forward numbers and are not spending them, and the State Education Committee is really beginning to come down on those districts, holding them accountable. So I'm very thankful that our board is investing into the district, and I just want to thank you guys for that. So, all right, any other questions, comments? All right, thank you so much. Then if there is none, we will need a motion and a second for item 3.1.
I move to approve 3.1.
And I'll second. Roll call, please.
Michael Kern,
Yes.
Lisa Roman,
Yes.
David Rose.
Yes. All right. Is there any announcement? Superintendent, do you have anything?
No, I just did want to thank Erin for all the work that she put into developing the proposed budget. That is not an easy task when you are also running the HR department and getting ready for our beginning of the school year.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for getting this done. All right. Anything from governing board? All right. I just want to say everyone have a very happy and safe 4th of July as we celebrate America's 250th. And just a reminder, next Thursday at 6 p.m. is our regularly scheduled school board meeting. Thank you. And if there is no other information, I'll call for a motion and a second to adjourn on item 5.1.
I move to adjourn.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Michael Kern,
Yes.
Lisa Roman,
Yes.
David Rose.
Yes. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.